Wait, you haven't given it a rating.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be making some pineapple tarts and my boyfriend Ian is going to review them. So I'm going to be making the pineapple tarts from scratch and I'm going to be using one pineapple. The first thing I need to do for this recipe is to prepare the pineapple jam, and that usually takes the longest time, so I'm going to start on that first. I'm using a fresh pineapple here, but you can also use canned pineapples. You can tell if the pineapple is ripe through 3 steps. The first is to check the crown. The crown is actually what tells you if it's ripe, not the color of the skin. The leaves should be nice and green. And the second thing you can do is to check the smell. If the pineapple smells really sweet, then you can tell that it's ripe. And then the third way is to press onto the skin, and if it gives slightly, that's when you know your pineapple's ready. So I'm going to start by slicing off the top and then the bottom. The next thing to do is to slice off the eyes, and I'm just going to peel off the skin like this. I actually like to just slice this in half and then cut out the eyelets diagonally. Once you've cut out all the eyes, you should have a nice and clean pineapple that looks like this. I'm gonna set that aside and then work on the second one. Now we have both halves cut up nicely and cleaned, and we're going to be using the core in this recipe, so I'm just going to cut them into big chunks now. So now all the pineapple slices have been cut up. I'm going to transfer it into this blender and then I'm going to blitz it up. I'm going to blend it until I get a smooth puree. So you want to get a puree like this. So I've got my pineapples all blended up now, and I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar into this. And then I'm going to add some cloves. You can skip this if you don't want to add this in. I'm going to transfer this into a non-stick pan and then cook it over the hob. Pour this pineapple mixture in. I'm just going to leave it to cook under low heat and keep stirring it until it transforms into a nice thick and gooey jam. So I've got my pineapple filling cooking on the hob there, and now I'm going to make the pastry for the pineapple tarts. Here are all the ingredients that I'm going to be using. I'm going to start by sieving the flour, so I'm using about 1 1/4 cups, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of icing sugar, a quick pinch of salt. I'm just going to sieve all this into a bowl. So once you've sieved your mixture, you want to add the butter. The butter should be soft and at about room temperature. Essentially, if you can press your finger in and it leaves an indentation, you're good to go. So I'm going to add the butter into the flour mixture, 2 egg yolks. And I'm going to combine everything and just mix it all by hand. So the dough is ready when it's not sticky and it's easy to form. If your dough is too crumbly, feel free to add about 1 more tablespoon of butter into the mixture. So I'm going to set this aside. So You can see that the jam's starting to thicken, and I'm just going to leave it for a bit longer. So the jam is nice and golden brown now, and it's really thick, so I'm going to take it off the hob and then put it aside to cool. So here was the bowl I used earlier to store the pineapple puree, and I'm just going to transfer it here, and you can see how much the levels have changed. The pineapple jam reduced to about like half, even less than half. So I'm going to set it aside to cool, and I'm also going to remove the cloves inside. Whilst this is cooling, I'm going to roll out the dough, which has been sitting in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes. It's the dough from earlier. I'm just going to roll out the pastry. I don't actually have any cookie molds, so I'm just going to be using this shot glass to cut out the circular shapes. I've set aside a little bit of the pastry, and I'm just going to use this to decorate the top. I'm going to use this and add about half a tablespoon of filling onto each cookie. Before putting it in the oven, I'm going to brush it with a mixture of egg yolk with water. I'm going to put them in the oven for about 20 minutes until they bake golden brown. Whilst the first batch is in the oven, I'm going to start making the second version of the pineapple roll. So I'm going to take the piece that I cut out earlier, and I'm just going to stretch it a little bit more. Press down the edges. And then roll it up. Ta-da! The first batch of pineapple tarts are done, and they look so good. The second batch is now done, so I'm just going to take it out of the oven now. These look so good. I'm going to leave it to rest for about 5 minutes, and then I'll come back to it. That looks so good. So our special guest has arrived. That's Ian. And he's gonna try the pineapple tarts. So yeah. Honest
Which
review,
one first?
please. Whichever one. So this one's stuffed, and then that one's just exposed.
This one looks good. Got a nice pattern to it. Mmm. Mmm.
Is it yummy?
It's still got a nice, warm, toasty middle. Got a nice pineapple taste. Not bad. Not bad. Mmm. Very similar.
Well, yeah, they're the same thing.
Pastry on this one is a lot more crisp.
Oh, put crumbly, right?
Mmm.
Is it good?
It tastes much better than traditional pastry that you would get from Tesco's. Okay, thanks.
Okay, so that was. Wait, you haven't given it a rating. Come back. So, out of 10, what would you rate it?
Oh!
Oh no.
So I prefer the...
Wait, you gotta bend down.
So I prefer the less crumbly one. It has a nice base to it. But the other one, it melts in your mouth, so it might be better, but this one's better in my opinion. So
Melts
this one's like
in
8.
your mouth.
8 out of 10. And 7 out of 10.
Just 7.
Hold on.
So that was Ian giving his review of my pineapple tarts. Like Ian said, the pastry is actually super crumbly. Look. Massive pineapple filling. And it just breaks apart so easily. So good. I tried to make an ox one, but I just broke off the horn. But it's meant to look like this. And I'm gonna eat it anyway, so. Oh, good. This is like a pineapple tart mukbang. So I know it's been a tough year for everyone and that most of us won't be able to spend Chinese New Year with our families because of the lockdown measures, but I hope that you guys can try out this recipe, make some pineapple tarts, and it'll make your Chinese New Year just a little bit better. I'll run a short clip after this on how to store these so that they last. I actually have this from last year. Yes, I'm a container hoarder. I have this coaster which I'm using as a size guide. Now you have all the dividers ready to be used. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to try making anything else. Please hit that like and subscribe button and I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Bye!